Hi, I hope everyone is once again having a great day, whether you are 5 hours away or a day away. Remember, I love you. Okay, so short and sweet. Take no for an answer. If someone is not interested in you, take it for an answer. I, as a woman, have been in situations where I was interested in men and they weren't interested in me. And I don't believe I've ever took it upon myself to sexually assault the person just because they were not interested in me. I don't know why men feel as if they can do whatever they want and they can kiss women without their consent, because that's what happened. I'm with this guy and I'm telling you this because this was from the last video I talked about. And this has happened to me before where the men knew I was not interested, right? They knew that I was not attracted to them in any way. And they still like tried to get me to have sex with them or try to back me into a corner where I couldn't say no or I had to give in. And that's what they were doing. So with this person, he lied. He tried to lie and say that I was acting weird and I was thirsty and I was all over men, when no, that was not the case. The situation was your friend flirted with me and I flirted back and we were talking and having a conversation. You decided to butt into the conversation and put yourself onto me to the point where you got so annoying and you started whining about it that your friend decided, you know what, it is not that deep. It is just one woman. I can find other women. So he basically said, you can talk to her. And he was basically encouraging you to talk to me because you was playing up this nice guy act of, oh, I can't get this girl. Oh my gosh, I want her to like me. Like, I really like her. One, you didn't really like me. You acted like a damn child that sees another kid playing with a shiny toy that you don't really want. But just because you see another kid playing with that toy, you're like, okay, I want it now. That's how you were acting. And honestly, I felt as if this was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm Willy Wonka. The Somali man's friends are the bratty children. And because this is the one I was talking about in my last video. And the Somali man is Charlie. Because that didn't make no sense for all of his friends to act a straight up ass, just because they found me attractive. And a lot of them were colorist as well. They were colorist. One guy was saying how I was lucky for being light-skinned. Like, I don't even consider myself light-skinned, but he was way darker than me, so they were nothing but color-struck people. Why did she do that? Why did she do that? She don't even need to do that. Like, let me do the video. Like, you like always want like to do something like for attention. Like, you want to be known. I hate when you do these videos and people always got to try to make themselves known or make noises just because they see you doing a video. I don't understand that. But anyway, like, all these men were jackasses. They were colorists, okay? The only one that wasn't colorist and anti-black, surprise, surprise, was the East African. And people get reputations of how East Africans don't like dark-skinned people or they don't like people with nappy hair. He the only one that actually respects black women. So you can't always listen to what Twitter says. You have to judge people on an individual basis. You can't like listen to what people say on Twitter, because a lot of that stuff you may hear of like diaspora wars is simply Twitter. But you also have to understand, yes, in certain parts of the world, ethnic cleansing does go on. Yes, there are people who are slaughtering each other because they are from different ethnic groups. That is a thing, and that's something that needs to be addressed. But he the only one with some damn sense. So of course I'm a vibe with him. You know, I'm hanging out with him. But his friend is just acting a complete ass, like being a damn brat just because I was not attracted to him. Like I said, he stands next to me. He's touching me. I move because I don't like people in my personal space. He figures that I don't want it. So he moves closer and he keeps trying to move my hand to his back. And he kept putting his hand on my back and I kept like politely moving it. So then he had the nerve to tell me at his apartment that I'm being rude, that I'm being mean, knowing damn well that I've been trying my best to not be confrontational about it. This is, and you know what? That's what I hate about rape culture. This idea that women have to accept men's advances no matter what. But if we were attracted to them, or if we wanted them and actually consented, then they would no longer be interested, and try to make it like they finessed us. Like, ha ha, I made you think that you like me. Now you got some pussy. Like, now I got your pussy. And it's like, y'all love doing that. Y'all love making it like women didn't have any type of agency, even though she just said she wanted to have sex with you. And afterwards you try to turn it around like, oh, well, you played her and made her think that you liked her because you couldn't handle that a woman actually consented, because the only way you can get off is to be a predator and to feel as if you accomplished something by taking a woman who didn't really want you in the first place. And it's sad to say that a lot of men are like this, and the way people talk about men and how, well, that's how you should expect. It makes them undesirable, makes people not want to date them. And y'all wonder why a lot of bisexual women end up exclusively dating women, or why a lot of women realize that they're really not attracted to men and they're attracted to other women, because of stuff like that, because of being socialized into needing men's desire and needing men's affection. And then people always want to talk about how, well, I can't stand that so many Black women are becoming lesbians or dating other women. Y'all wonder why people decide, hey, I have other options. I can just date women because of situations like this. I cannot stand the Black community when it comes to that. And it's always Black men. Yes, I'm going to single y'all out because I'm part of your community, you know, and that's who I'm dealing with the most. It is always Black men who feel as if they are entitled to Black women, especially Black women who are brown or dark skinned. And they feel as if they are doing us a favor because they find us attractive, because they understand as Black women, we are put at the bottom of society when it comes to beauty standards, when it comes to dating, when it comes to desirability. They understand this. So when they talk to us, they come to us as if they are doing us a favor. And when we reject them, oh, they get angry, they get irate. They feel as if like, well, you're my woman, and like I automatically am supposed to find them attractive just because we may have the same features, or we may be of the same skin complexion, or we may be of the same ethnic group. And y'all feel like y'all are entitled to women, and it does not make any sense. Like, this should never have happened. As soon as I pulled away and I gave you nonverbal cues that I was not interested, you should have backed off. And I think the problem was that I did not pay him any attention, because honestly, I ain't gonna lie, and I don't feel bad for saying this, but he was ugly. He was ugly as hell. He's ugly on the inside and outside. So I didn't pay him any attention. Like, I thought he was quite annoying. And he tried to act like an asshole, like give me attitude. So when I didn't like take the bait, that's when he started being sweet and nice, and oh, so you into this, oh, you're so beautiful, like basically mimicking off of what his friend was saying. And again, he tried to tell his friend, oh, she was acting weird, or that I act weird, so I can't hang out with them anymore. When no, you mad because I cut you off, I blocked you, and I preferred your friend. That's the whole situation. You jealous of your friend. You jealous. You're mean, you're hateful, you're abusive, you are rapey, and you are creepy. And like everyone that is in your life, you mistreat. You treat the dog like shit, you treat your daughter like shit, you treat your so-called brother like shit. I don't appreciate that. I don't like that at all. Like, you can't stand when your friend is talking to a woman that you find attractive, and instead of being respectful and saying, hey, you know, she's beautiful, and backing off, you wait until he had his back turned to start filling me up. And as I'm moving away and I'm still trying to have a conversation, you still keep trying to put yourself in our path. And it's not even the fact that I like the other guy. It's just the fact that you cannot even be respectful enough to know that another man is interested in another woman. That's why when people say, oh, well, just tell him that you have a boyfriend, he'll leave you alone because he respects men with girlfriends more than women who are single and have the autonomy to say no. That is not entirely true, because there are so many men who just cannot handle not being picked. They can't handle not being chosen. So they go out of their way to either sabotage the man's chances or to sabotage that relationship by lying about someone and saying that person ain't shit, or this person's a hoe, and you telling stories about that woman to your friend so he can no longer be attractive, and then later you gonna move on to me. That's happened to me before, where men try to act like they didn't like me or they had some issues with me because I liked the guy that was one of their friends, and they was telling the bros that I wasn't good enough for them. And then like years later, they come up to me like, well, I always thought you was cute. That is so catty and that is so shady. Men are probably the most competitive group ever, and they aren't good friends. They are very passive aggressive to each other, or some are even aggressive to each other. It's just that men feel as if they need to be dependent on each other. They feel like they have to lead or be in packs. Like they can't just leave toxic male friends. And that's why you have quote unquote good men who are friends of colors, who are friends with rapists, because they are so like dependent on just being in a pack for protection. And what I don't understand is, if you really care about women, if you really care about marginalized people as a man, you need to cut these type of people off. So I mean, I have nothing to say other than the fact that I'm just really fed up with men, or like just, you know, the black community altogether, that make it like black women all have to be servants to black men. And if we don't, they're gonna move on to white women or light-skinned women. It's like, if you're gonna act like that, then yes, a white woman can have you. Yes, a light-skinned woman can have you. Yes, a mixed woman can have you, because I'm not going to deal with a creepy ass man. You're a creep. So if you mad because I won't submit to you and you gonna go to a fucking white woman, I don't care. She can have you. I wouldn't want to put you with someone else. I wouldn't wish a white woman to have you as well. But hey, if she racist and you like it, I love it. Okay? So that's all I have to say for now. But I want everybody to have a great day, and I'm about to eat my Popeyes chicken sandwich.